Let me read a comment to you I received on an old, shitty, cringy video I did 2 years ago of me feeding a stray cat.
Slightly invasive. The things are everywhere. Feral cats are a menace to any wildlife small enough for them to kill. Cats are sport hunters. They kill for fun and you feed them. So they can go on wrecking the ecosystem here in Florida. You suck, Alex.
Here's what Google says. The domestic cat is often a beloved pet, but is also a major threat to native amphibians, reptiles, birds, and small mammals, which, many of them, are endangered. Today, more than 100 million feral cats and outdoor cats function as an invasive species, with an enormous impact. Even well-fed cats will hunt and kill. Google, that may be true. Charles, back to the comment from you. Slightly invasive. Yes, but that's your words, not mine. Trying to build an argument on a made-up fiction, putting a whole story and drawing a conclusion, with no evidence to support it. Watch the video again. In fact, I'll repost it here at the end. That's a straw man argument. Charles says, the things are everywhere.
They're not here. They're not there.
They're not everywhere. They tend to be concentrated in areas of large human populations, because the majority of wild feral cat success can be attributed to the boom of mice population. Mice are showing up right in front of your face because of their success feeding on human waste. Charles says, feral cats are a menace to any wildlife small enough for them to kill. Yes, like the boom of invasive mice and rats that we introduced because deer mice don't live in our metropolis. And deer mice are our native species. Cats are sport hunters that kill for fun.
It didn't eat them. It's killing for sport.
He's climbing in your windows, he's snatching your people up, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping them.
Hide your fish, hide your dog, hide your cats.
And you feed them, so they can go on wrecking the ecosystem here in Florida. Humans wiped out the ecosystems. Look this up. It's a not-so-new thing called Google Earth. Last I checked, cats don't build a metropolis. Humans eradicated bears, alligators, wolves, cougars, and decimated the red fox and bobcat populations. Then there's sharks, eagles, ospreys, owls, and just about every snake that ever existed, which allowed their prey to boom, and then the more clever westernly coyotes came in and started to fill the niche. Then came the feral cats. But hold on.
In our area, when they capture stray cats, they neuter or spay them, then clip the ear to let people know or identify that these cats have been spayed or neutered. That's our population control.
Let me read your comment again. Cats are sport hunters. They kill for fun and you feed them, so they can go on wrecking the ecosystem here in Florida.
Cats hunt for fun. What do you think they're gonna do when they're hungry?
Judging from your tone, I bet I know what your recommendation is. You don't think they deserve to live. But I don't want to jump to conclusions. I don't want to build a straw man argument. Let's go to his channel and try to understand who he really is. There is no content. Wow, he's really doing a lot to save the planet and Florida's ecosystem. Let me reread his comment. I have to avoid the straw man argument. Cats are sport hunters. They kill for fun. Sport hunter and they kill for fun? Those are human attributes. What do you propose be done? The same thing you're accusing the cat of doing just for fun? So the cat has human attributes, and the cat is killing invasive mice and rats? The same creatures that spread Black Death? And you want to kill the cat. Just because they're not slightly invasive, they're full-blown invasive. Maybe the cat is just like us, killing mice for sport because they're so invasive. Wait, Charles, are you a hypocrite? In your own sentence and didn't even realize it? Straw man. Let me read your comment again. Charles then says, here in Florida, you suck, Alex. I'm feeling like a bad person because I fed a cat that you anthropomorphized, and because of me they're spreading and taking over the world, because they're everywhere. But then you said, here in Florida, because you only care about that one area. Wrecking means that it has not yet been wrecked. I find shark teeth in north central Florida. Read the news, there's this huge thing that's not just coming. They call it global warming. But you don't yet have a full name, any content, or even a profile picture. I hope I get your blessing. Charles.
And now I'm going to go ahead and let the video roll that Charles posted that comment on. I hope y'all are able to see what I was really trying to talk about in this video. It's a little cringy, forgive that part, but I was more talking about the way animals in our area, native animals, are affected by invasive species, not the importance of the invasive species. Just talking about how animals have adapted to the situation of invasive species.
Stick and maybe I can just shoo him off the road. There he goes, okay.
Right there already we can see that snakes and turtles are adapting to an invasive species, humans. Every so often we see an animal or something just in distress that needs help, whether it's a plant that needs water or a feral cat, for instance. Guys, I always keep a bag of cat food in my truck because I know that at some point or another I'm going to run across a cat that may just need some food. You know what they say about feeding the cat? It always comes back. It doesn't go off hunting for other animals. Now, I'm not a big supporter on introducing animals into an ecosystem, for obvious reasons. Especially non-native animals, like the cats. And I'm also not a big supporter of introducing animals that may have been extinct from an ecosystem back into an ecosystem. Woolly mammoths, dinosaurs and shit. See, because of something called inclusion. We just made a transition from the cats to native animals adapting to invasive species. Inclusion is when a non-native animal gets included into an environment, and the environment adapts in order to include that new species of animal into the environment. And now I'm going to present the evidence for the need of a new term called inclusion. We've already talked about how the Argentine fire ant has been widespread and taking over many areas in the southeastern United States. In response to that, eastern fence lizards have grown longer legs in order to deal with that threat. I'm not creating a solution to fix a problem, but I can say every time humans try to fix something, they mess up, it gets worse. Maybe not every time, but a lot of times. Or in the case with the green anole, whereas the brown anole has been slowly moving into the green anole's territory and become a true predator of the green anole and outcompeting it for resources.
And I just want to show you how common they are. There's 3 of them. I had no problem catching 3 of them in just a matter of minutes.
In turn, the green anole adapted by becoming a more arboreal species. You're saying he doesn't look green? Well, that's funny. He's not green. These guys are actually like chameleons. They can change their color with these little cells, especially adapted to their environment. I brought up the green anole skin color being brown so you wouldn't confuse the green anole with the brown anole. They have cells that are called chromatophores. Chromatophores are color-changing cells, seeking refuge high up in the tree canopy and fulfilling its life's purpose up higher in the trees. That's what I'm trying to say is, guys, feral cats aren't native, but the cats are an invasive species, and it is a real problem. All invasive species are a problem. That is why they're called invasive species. Now, I don't know the solution for all problems, and certainly don't know the solution to all of these problems, but I can say the cat that I was feeding in this video, if you look again, you'll see that the ear is snipped on the cat, indicating that the cat had already been through the process of going through Operation Cat Snip, where they spay or neuter these animals, in turn releasing them back to where they're from in order to not eradicate or just kill everything that doesn't belong, because you already know where that puts us. Still living organisms. Many species that live here in our area are non-native, but they're still living organisms, and all life is precious. Let's not forget, at one point or another, we weren't native to this area either. We immigrated here from another place. Well, I gotta go.